Hi there, it's Sam from Pootles.co.uk. Thank you very much for joining me today. Today's project is tiny. It's a little tiny mini post-it note holder. This is actually my thank you gift for July, so there's going to be a whole watch of these going out in the post in a few days' time to say thank you to everybody who's come shopping with me in July. And I like to I spend the whole month putting together all my thank you gifts and thank you cards. So at the point of time in filming this, early in July, because I'm actually away for a chunk of July, I am still in the work in progress stage. So this is how I work. So I've got all my bits and pieces cut, ready, prepped, and I just need to build. So there is my ward. This is some of them. I have put some of the others together. There's 120, I think it's 120 here that have been cut, punched, scored. Gorgeous, all sorts of different colours. I've cut all my various ribbons because I don't like to make them all identical. I like to make them different. So I've got Pool Party because that's the blue. This is the Pretty Petal Stack. I've got black, very vanilla, thick baked twine, and the Calypso Coral, Calypso Coral thick baked twine. And I have got some of our crochet trim and then some mint macaroon dotted lace trim. And then I've punched 40 of each, and some have got pearls and some have got rhinestones. And this, I can't remember, I used just over, well, I finished off one book and started on another, and so just beautiful. And then I've got some that are in the part build, so I prep like this. Let me move that out of the way and those out of the way. Oh, crashed, clank. So I prep, there's a whole load, I've got loads the other side of me. So I prep them all like that, so I get the post-it blocks stuck down, and then some of them I tie, and yeah, I just do it throughout the month and I enjoy it. And it's when I've got a little bit of free time, I just think, oh, you know what, I'll go and make a dozen of those. And I just move on in stages. So there's a big old pile to my right, but I'm going to show you how to make it. It's not a new design. I did it. I created this. I think it was in Spring Watch last year, so Spring Watch 2014. I know it's been cased quite a few times, and I love that because it's so simple and easy to make. So, piece of paper that you need is 2 by 5 inches, which is 12.5 by 5 centimetres. And you're only scoring it along the long side, and I've lost my scoring tool. Very simple. 1.5, 2, 3.5, and oh, that's 3 1/4. 3.5 and 4. Let's get that right. 1.5, 2, 3.5, and 4, which is 4, 5, 9, and 10. And you will get a slight little bit of gaping here. That's okay. It's better than it being too tight, and it would just be horrible. Okay, then we have the beautiful ornate tag topper punch. It's so pretty. So before you fold it up, whoopsie daisy, push it in, punch, and punch both ends. This is a different closure to the ones I've done before. I've made mini post-it notes. I think the very first one I did was one of my very first videos, so back in 2013. And yeah, and I've always varied how I close them. So fold and burnish your score lines, get the correct one. I shall keep this one for myself. Okay, so that's it folded, so you can see how it's going to fold up. One part, there we go, if I put that in so you can see, one part will fold over deeper than the other, so that's quite a shallow top part here. If I turned it over and folded it that way, you're going to have a deeper front. Hopefully you can see what I'm saying. So basically this is wider than this part. It's up to you whether you want to have it like that or like that. But like I say, it's up to you. So I'm going to take the crochet trim, and you feed through the front of whichever one is going to be your bottom, and then have it coming out the other side. And then just cut off however long you think you might need. I'm probably going to have wastage, but that's okay. So pull that roughly centred. Adhesive, we're not going to stick the ribbon down to this, we're going to stick the adhesive either side, and you'll see why in a second. Grab your little post-it note and make sure it's the correct way up. Let me get that ribbon to lie flat. There we go. So the ribbon is loose, and position it. I'm going to try and do this without giving you the back of my head to view. And press firmly. Okay. This part that is the bottom is now going to feed up and through the hole, same as we did before, so it's going to go back in. I'm just going to grab my stylus to help me with that. And that's going to come through. Now the reason that I didn't stick, because I forgot to explain that, I didn't stick the ribbon down, is so that if I find I haven't got enough or I've pulled too far, I can just go backwards and forwards like that. So that's the reason. There was always a reason for everything I do. Sometimes it's not always easily understood. So let's just poke that back through. Okay, so when you pull it tight, just tie it off into a little bow. See, I cut that too short for my fat fumbly fingers. Okay, so that's not the worst bow I've ever done. It's not too bad actually. Trim off and pretty. And then the decoration is up to you. So I've got my Petite Petals punch. I've got Pacific Point blue because it is the beautiful blue that's in here, and I really love it with the vanilla. I would not have put Pacific Point blue with vanilla before. I would have always put it instinctively with white. I'm happy girly now. And then I've got a large basics rhinestone, mini glue dot on the back, and that's my little mini post-it pouch. It's very sweet, and obviously you just undo it and you write and you scribble and you do it back up again. It's up, you know, it's up to you. But I just think it's a really pretty gift, and I hope that everybody that I'm sending all of these out to that they like them too, and they, you know, make use of them. If not, just pop them on their desk and look at them because they're pretty. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me, and I hope to speak to you very soon.